In this video, we're going to be going over place values. As you can see, I put a little chart right here. So just a little observation before we begin. Before the decimal point right here, everything ends in S. And after the decimal point right here, it ends in THS. So another thing is just once you get past a decimal point, it really just mirrors the left side of the decimal point and ends it with THS, as you'll see as we do a few practice problems. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to find the place values of 234. So right here, the number all the way to the right will always be your ones place. Right to the left of your ones place will be your tens, and to the left of that will be your hundreds. A lot of this is memorizing it, but I will show you that this is where that will come from. So if you have 2 in the hundreds place, that means you have 200. If you have 3 in the tens place, that means you have 30. So you're going to add 30 to 200. And if you have 4 in the ones place, that is just 4 times 1 plus 4. So what I was doing was, if 2 is in the hundreds place, it's 2 times 100, 200. 3 is in the tens place, it's 3 times 10, 30. And 4 is in the ones, 4 times 1 is 4. And we are going to add all of these together to get 234, and that is where those place values are going to come from and what they mean. So this is when things might get a little tricky, is after the decimal place. So if you have numbers before the decimal place, any 0 that comes before these numbers does not change the value of those numbers. It does if the 0 comes after the numbers, like after the 2. If there was a 0 after the 2 would change to be a tens place, where it is in the ones place right now. But if there are numbers after the decimal right here, and there are numbers just after that, that doesn't change the place values of those. It's only if the zeros go before. So in this case, I'm just gonna erase some of that. In this case, we're gonna start on the left side of the decimal. So the 2 is in the ones, the 6 is in the tens, the 4 is in the hundreds, if I could spell it quickly, and the 2 is in the thousandths. So 2 times 1,000 is 2,000, 4 times 100 is 400, so we're going to add 400 to 2,000, 6 times 10 is 60, and 2 times 1 is 2, which gets us 2,462. So now, on this side of the decimal place, I'm going to do it in pink. On the right side, things go a little differently. So if 8 is in, you're going to start in the tenths place once you get on the decimal side. So tenths. So the 0.8 could be 0.8, 0.80, 0.800000000, whatever, and it will always just be 0.8. It is always just going to be that. If you put 0.08, that is when the value changes. That's when it gets smaller, because it's going to be it's going to be a smaller piece of a whole, because after the decimal place is just a piece of a whole. The 1 is going to be in the hundredths. So now you can see how it mirrors the left side. So after the ones place, so tens, you're going to go tens, and you're going to have hundreds, and then the 2 is going to be in the thousandths. No matter how many zeros you put after that 2, the values of those numbers right here are never going to change. But if you had a 0.08, then that changes the value. If you had a 0.0812, that changes the value of all of them. So what would happen is this 0.0812 right here. Just going to box that off. This would turn into the tenths place. This would turn into the hundredths, thousands. I don't think I spelled that right. And 10,000s. So you see that the zeros that are placed before the number after the decimal make the decimal place smaller. So that's how you figure out your place values. And you can always refer back to this chart at the beginning to help you out with that.